Peace and love, family. How y'all doing? Peace and love. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Peace and love, family. Peace and love. Good evening. Good evening. We're gonna talk. We're gonna talk. We're gonna talk. Yo, family, what's going on? Peace and love. Peace and love, everybody. We're gonna start in 2 minutes. Peace and love, y'all. How y'all doing? Yo, family, how you doing? How you doing? What's going on? Long time no see, y'all. How y'all doing? What's going on? What's going on? We're gonna start in 2 minutes, fam. We're gonna start in 2 minutes. See some love, family. Peace and love. Peace and love, y'all. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Good evening, everybody. Good evening, family. What's going on? How y'all doing? What's up? What's up? What's up? I'm all good. I'm all good. How y'all doing this evening? How's everybody doing? Yo, family, it's blessed to see y'all. Family is blessed. Let's get back to it. Let's get back to it. Let's get back to it, family. I can't wait to tell y'all some good news, what we gonna be doing, what's the next steps, and everything like that. Um, and we're gonna start in 20 something more seconds, family. We're gonna start in 20 seconds. We're gonna start in 20 seconds, family. What you doing? What's up? What's up, family? Jason, how you doing, King? Tony, Gregory, Teffin, Halsey, everybody, y'all. Peace and love. David, John Doe, House of Cleveland, Brian. What's up? What's up, fam? Teffin, Combe, Status. What's going on, family? Peace and love, y'all. So, family, what's going on? What's going on? So, pretty much today, I'm gonna be explaining about a little situation, right? So, I got my mortgage shows paid off for my credit report, but let me backtrack some things real quick, right? So, I had went for this new program that the government was offering, right? So it's not really the government; it's pretty much the government offering that alternative for people who ever received the FHA loan, right? And so pretty much it's called the FHA Streamline loan, right? And so what this Streamline loan does is, right, they pretty much do a refinance on your property. Now, some people might say, why is this important, right? Anybody can refinance a property. Anybody can do a refinance on a property, right? So in layman terms, when a person refinance a property, the bank, whoever trying to refinance, is pretty much taking on the debt, and the old account is going to be closed off and paid, right, to the, everything gonna look paid off, and it's gonna go over to the new lender. But this is what I want to explain. The the side effects of it was 10 times better. I'm gonna tell you why. Because anytime you do a refinance on a property, right? So you might close out this property loan. I mean, you might close out the loan, it might say paid off, but when they show the new loan, it might say what? Refinance, right? Anytime the bank see the consistencies and they see refinance, they basically look at it like you basically got the same loan, right? So in the algorithm, to the banks, it's still going to look like you still got the same loan. So there's no need for you to switch over, right? So with the Streamline program, what happened was they put it as paid off. And when they put on the remarks, right, where it said remarks, they didn't put refinance. What they put was affected by disaster or, hold on, affected by natural disaster. What it means is when you say your property been affected by natural disaster, that means, let's just say if it burned up, right, and the insurance company paid you the money and you paid off the house, that's what it is. Because if your house do burn up and you got, let's just say you got mortgage insurance, right, and the insurance company going to see, is there a total loss, is there some loss to the property or whatever the case might be, and they're going to cut you a check, and the check going to be strictly for you. It's not going to be for your mortgage lender or anything like that, because you are responsible for dispersing those funds, right? So that's how they look at it. Okay, they're gonna check on the house, they're gonna look over everything, they're gonna see, they're gonna check this, they're gonna check that, they're gonna look at this, they're gonna look at that, and then they're gonna say, okay, perfect, we're gonna cut the check, right? So that's how it looked. It pretty much looked like my house burned up, and the insurance company paid me and I paid the lenders, because the insurance company don't pay the lenders, they pay you directly, right? So the reason why I say it's good on your credit report, because anytime you got a paid off mortgage on your credit report, that is no longer added to your DTI, right? And on top of that, that's showing a pretty much a very, very strong profile, right? Because it's cool to have, like, payday loan accounts and, little small installment loans you might add it on your profile, a couple AUs, but when you get a paid out mortgage, it looks very, very, very good to the credit bureau. So it came on my Experian report. It also came on my TransUnion. I'm just waiting for it to hit my Equifax. And I just got into this bank, right? I just got into this bank, y'all. It's a credit union bank, and they already offered me everything. So after that showing paid off on my mortgage, so I went into this new, I got into this new bank, and I started going to my offers, because they do a soft credit check where they check your credit, they look over your credit, and they give you a bunch of offers, right, based upon your credit report. Because some credit unions will look at it and say, oh, we check your credit, but we have no offers for you. So this credit bureau, after that mortgage show paid off, they got a bunch of offers for me. They got a personal line of credit loan for me as an offer. They got an auto loan offer. I got a credit card offer. I got a mortgage offer. I got a refinance offer, and stuff like that. And that's good. You want me to tell you why, family? Because I'm going to tell you all the game I've been getting, right? So once this hit my credit report, I'm about to show y'all how to grab 200,000 from one bank, right? Not even one bank, two. Let's just say two banks, right? Worst case scenario, let's just say two banks, right? And I'm gonna show y'all which method I use. Now most of the banks that I'm dealing with, most banks run TransUnion, right? So you got TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. Most banks that I deal with primarily run TransUnion. A few of them run Experian, right? Very, very few, right? So we're going to eliminate the ones that run Experian, because there's only so many that run Experian, but most of them run TransUnion. And I'm about to show y'all the credit lick. So this is what you can do. So let's say, I'm going to give you an example. Let's say you got 3 credit unions you tied in with, right? So once you get 3 credit unions, let's just say 3 credit unions, you run an application for each one. Let's say each one run TransUnion. So what you can do is you can let's just say you put the information in, like they're gonna ask you how much you make a year, right? You're gonna put down how much you make a year. They're gonna ask you how high you want the auto loan to be. You might say, hey, I want it to be 75,000. After you say 75,000, they might say how much you make this, how much do a little information like that. How long you've been living in your residence, right? So you put down how long you've been living in your residence, right? And literally, by you having all applications pulled up, when you get to the final bar where it says submit, wait until you get to that submit until all 3 applications, right? All 3 applications showing submit, you submit all of them, right, at one time, right? So the data is not going to have all the other credit bureaus, all the other inquiries that you ran at that moment. Boom, you put all 3 on there, and let's just say all of them come back approved. You get approved for them, right? Now, credit unions is different from traditional banks. Most traditional banks, they'll give you an approval letter, right? An approval letter is not a check, because when you're dealing with a check, it's different. Because I'm gonna tell y'all how it works. So when you get approved from the credit bureau, they'll send you a draft check in the mail. The draft check in the mail will always say, do not exceed this amount, right? Do not go past this amount, right? So let's just say they approve you for 75,000. You can't go past 75,000. Let's say they approve you for 100,000. You can't go past 100,000. You just at that amount, right? And now that's good, right? Now some people might say, okay. How you gonna get the money off of it, right? Now we already talked about that before. There's no need for me to go over it, but just to refresh y'all memory, right? It's 2 ways you can do this, right? I tell people, you can do it. You can liquidate money from your vehicles one way or the other, right? You can do it one way is you can go to the dealership and you can apply for a car directly and tell them that you're registering the vehicle out of state, and you're gonna get like temporary plates. You're gonna get your bill of sale, and you can just take it out of state and register it, right? And before you register, you can hurry up and take it. You can apply online through the DMV, and you can apply for a title without a lien holder, right? Now that's the easiest way to do it, right? Primarily. Now another way you can do it, which makes better sense in my opinion, is you personally can what I'm looking for. You personally can get a VIN number, right? Let's just say if you already own the car, right? You can get a VIN number, and let's just say if you got a family or a friend or somebody you trust, and they choose to go, if they choose to say that they the seller, let's just say if you get a draft check for 72,000 or 60 some thousand, but you get it directly for that vehicle, they can deposit it directly into their account as well. So if they deposit it, boom, you can get the 70,000, right? Now the banks, of course, everybody already know this. They give you 90 days to put them as a lien holder. If not, they're gonna change your interest rate and make it higher. That's cool, right? And that's just my little method, family. Nobody has to follow my method. You know, I know how to liquidate cars and make money off the cars because the cars is the highest ticket. People try to liquidate credit cards. That's cool, but what does a $15,000, $20,000 credit card compared to a $70,000, $80,000 car? You can't compare that. Especially if I can get a draft check and get like 4 or 5 draft checks and it's worth over 75,000 a piece. So if I get one draft check, 75,000. Two draft checks, that's 150,000. Three draft check, three draft checks, that's 225,000. Four draft checks, that's $300,000. If I was to say knock 20% off each draft check, let's just say 20%. Let's just say okay, 20% off 300,000. I'm just gonna make it simple. 20% off 300,000, 60,000. Let's just say if I walk away with 240,000. You know how much money that is? $240,000. I just knocked it, and it's not going to be a 20% knockoff. I'm just saying worst case scenario, but that's not going to be a scenario. The scenario would be a 10% knockoff. So a 10% knockoff 300,000 is it puts you at 270,000. I did it before. This is the thing. I've done it already. I've done it with Navy, but I did it 2 times for 69, 69. So that's like 133. Well, no, 138. I did for 138. You know, but that my credit was basic. It was not how it was now. My profile was not that thick. Like, like having a thick profile, that's when you can just do that. And so when you get the money, right? Okay. I got this I got my real estate project I was telling you guys about, right? Now I'm gonna tell y'all something that's even better. So I've been having building blueprints for about 3 to 4 years now, right? So I've been working on this project, but I always been told like, man, you got to put 20% down. So my man said I need to borrow 100,000 to put down. You ain't got to do none of that. I know how to personally get a house built through a USDA loan or FHA or conventional, right? But with USDA and VA, you don't got to put down, right? So at first I was going to go through VA. I'm like, no, I'm not going to go through VA because my wife, she a veteran. So I'm like, no, I'm not going to go through VA. I'm going to go through USDA. USDA requires that you buy a house in a rural area, not in the country, but let's just say in a suburb area, but that's not too overpopulated. Let's just say if the population is anything under 20,000 people, right? So in those circumstances, the house would be 0% down payment, right? All you gotta do is show proof of income, right? It's so easy to show proof of income, family. That's how I got the first mortgage. I can easily show proof of income. I easily can get a CPA to sign my taxes, whatever the case might be, right? Now, also, this is another benefit. Not only do you have a no down payment towards the down payment when you first get the house, you can roll all of your closing costs into the loan. So let's just say if the house costs 850,000, which I project 850,000 to 950,000 on how much everything will be, right? So let's just say if the bill is 850,000, including the land, it comes with everything, right? Because they do both, right? So my lender, you can purchase the land and you can get your construction build all together, right? So if the land, the person who's selling the land and the builder, we all come to the closing table. So that the land person, they gotta get their check. Then the builder, they get their check, but they get it into payments, right? So they might say in this session, you draw from this much, right? You draw 240,000, right? Then you come back and get you another 240,000, right? So it kind of works like that because you got your builder's draw, how much the builder is going to be taking out. You get what I'm saying? And so with the eight, so let's just say if it's 850,000, but let's just say the entire closing costs 150,000, right? I'm just gonna give you a wild answer. Let's just say property taxes, you gotta pay HOA fees, you gotta pay homeowners insurance. What else you gotta pay? I said taxes, right? I'm just gonna throw it in taxes. What else you gotta pay? What else you gotta pay? You gotta do a title search. You gotta pay for that title. You got to get a title transfer to show that you the landowner and deed owner. You got to pay for your current. All that stuff got to be paid for, family. But all of that can be rolled into the loan. So let's just say if it's rolled into the loan, right? So the loan is at $1 million, right? Now my goal is to make sure that I can capitalize off the property because with my building blueprints, not only am I gonna have it, not only am I gonna just get the house built, in the construction build, I also asked the lender, is it okay if I was to design it the way I want to? Meaning, me and the lender agreed that they're going to put furniture. She said, of course, furniture can be approved, can get installed. Pools can get installed. So I also got a person who develop and build pools. They gave me a quote at 133,000 that also can be built into the project. And my whole thought is, once the property actually gets built and we close off on it, that property is going to be worth over 1.6 million. I'm banking on that. Why? Because I can use that 1.6 million and use the 600,000. That's how much it'd be in profit. But if I choose to keep the property, that's when I will at least borrow against the equity of the property, which is okay. Which is I see a lot of benefits into borrowing the equity, but why not just take the profit and then continue to build? Because and then you gotta look at it, it's good for your credit report. So just as much as it goes on your credit report, it's gonna go off because it's gonna be showed as paid off. So if it shows paid off, you go ahead and go grab another one. It's the same thing. If you want to grab another USDA loan, you can. And you want me to tell you what makes this better and legal? What makes this better and legal is you don't have to worry about getting charged a big down payment because you're not coming in as an investor. So when people got to pay, when people do projects like when they want to do like let's just say construction builders and everything like that, the banks usually charge them a 20% down payment because they use this as a business investment. But you use it as a business investment under your personal to make it look like you buying a property for self, but you actually getting a property built to actually sell it. Now, what like some people say, okay, people been doing this. How is you different from the next person? Okay, so my whole plan is because the plans that I got is very unique, but what makes it even better is I'm going to be the first builder that sell a house fully furnished. And I'm not talking about no mom and pop furnished. I'm talking about real luxury, beautiful sofas, TV, everything, the whole house decked out. And the reason why I say I wanted to sell a furnished home because nobody's doing it. Nobody's selling them. Like y'all ever been to a model home and y'all like, let's just say if you go to Toll Brothers or something, right? Y'all ever been to a model home and you see the model home, you like, I want this now. But when you actually get into the real model, it don't look nothing like the model home. Everybody's getting sold a dream. So I'm like, why not come in with the furniture? Why not come in with everything? So the only thing that they got to do is move in. You make it that unique for them. Like I really want to have that entire property decked out. But that's just my goal. Even if the mortgage lender required me to stay there for 60 days, it's nothing. Because I know you gotta stay there for 60 days, I think, and then you can sell it. Or you can sell it instantly, but like they at least want you to live in there for the first 60 days. That's how it works. And you can do it, right? As an investor, but you're doing it as a consumer. You get what I'm saying? Your intention is you doing it as an investor, but you getting it under the persons, but you following all the rules just so when you sell it, it won't come off as mortgage fraud, which would be 100% legal. That's what give it the legal ramification, family. Okay, hit me up. I know that's right. So you need to get the right to travel down pat. How can I get proof of income? There's many ways to show proof of income. If you ever in the West Texas or Days, holla. Appreciate it, fam. Can you add to credit history? Yes, you can. I'm going to do I signed my first real estate contract tomorrow. My God, I need that website for the international driver's license. I got to find it, family. I got to find it. Pretty good. What's up? What's up? Good. Let's go get this knowledge. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I got a question, family. Yo, I got a question, family. So, what y'all been up to? What's been going on? What's been new, family? Let me know. Let me know, family. What's been going on with y'all? What's been new, family? What do you need to purchase top trade lines? It's not really about the trade lines, family. It's about the history. The trade lines get you the score, but you need the history. That's what matters the most. So you need the rental loans. You need the personal loans, but you want them backdated, right? Because that's where the money at. You know what I'm saying? And if you wanna skip everything, I would say build up your credit minimum, but make sure you get with the right bank to execute. Most people get with shitty banks, and then they don't get the lending that they need, right? So you got to know how you're going to attack it, right? You got to be strategic with this whole thing, because I'm gonna tell y'all something. Banks don't lend the way they did 3, 4 years ago. Most people are still under the presumption of getting the authorized user. Most people still under the presumption of what I about to say. Um, the banks look at a 600 credit score like, oh yeah, you good. No, no, no. It's a whole different world now, family. It's a whole different world. I'm gonna tell y'all something. When everybody got those PPP loans, right, and everybody got those government benefits, like what's that benefit called again? A stimulus package. When everybody was getting a stimulus package, when everybody was getting those PPP loans, when everybody was getting those government grants, when everybody was getting those benefits, right? You want me to tell you what happened? What happened was it put the country in over trillions of dollars in debt, and what happened was it caused inflation in the future. So remember that saying, "What makes you laugh make you cry." That made a lot of people cry because while everybody was enjoying the government free benefits, the working class was going to have to pay for it. And also, that also made lenders lending requirements even tighter because the economy not flourishing. So the only people who benefiting off their credit is the people who in the top tier credit, meaning people who in the 750, but people who got strong profiles. Because if you're not in those ranks, the banks don't want nothing to do with you. The banks want people right now with top tier credit. Now we getting to that point. We not in the point where the banks is okay with fair credit or okay credit. They want top tier credit because the economy is in inflation right now, family. Everything is going down. So everybody was enjoying the free benefits and everything like that, but now everybody got to pay for it. So now you got to strategize even harder than what it was 3 years ago. Because back then you could have ran there with a CPN number, right? You could have ran there with a CPN number with one trade line on there and got whatever you want: apartments, credit cards, personal loans. What else people was getting with them? Vehicles. They was going to the dealership with them CPN numbers, and they had only a trade line on there. And they came in there with like $1,000 for a down payment and walked away with a $30,000, $40,000 car. That's not happening no more. You get what I'm saying? Them days over with. That's the days when everything was flourishing. That's the days when people loved it, you know? So right now, that this economy right now that we in is going to be the hardest because banks is less likely to lend the way they did back then. So when I did the whole Navy Federal play, that same play won't work the same today. It wouldn't, because when I did it, it was in peak pandemic. It was in the peak of the pandemic. You get what I'm saying? So my credit was good. My profile was garbage, but it was like, okay, give them the money. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I got a funny story. Yeah, family. Yeah, that's crazy. How do I add history? You can go through a couple sites that add history, family. You can go through rent reporters. Rent. You can add rental history. That's the first step, because what people be lying to y'all about, they be saying like the full backdated trade lines and all. No sites really sell those. Well, like I tell a lot of people, when y'all want to do those zombie debt methods, it's not the same. Those are not the same how y'all think it is. Those are at the discretion of the credit bureaus. It's maybe or possibly that they add it. It's not guaranteed that they're gonna add that. You get what I'm saying? When are we getting that Paul Unslaved show? I don't know what that is. Rental Karma, canceling contract. Trying to get my EIN started. Just contact me, family, at 224-463-1848 if you want the EIN profile. If you want the EIN process, my bad. Yeah, family. So yeah, like, it's out there. The credit out there, but it's not the same. This is a different economy right now. Everything is not the same no more. The way they lend is not the same. So we have to catch up to what the banks look at. You get what I'm saying? So it's not like it was back then. We could have okay to fair credit and just get whatever. No, 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 no. You need top tier credit nowadays. I bank with Navy Federal Credit Union and heard that the TransUnion is what they look at and appreciate it. Yeah, they look at TransUnion. Navy look at TransUnion. Trying to get funded. What's the best personal loan? Um, it depends on your profile. If you got a fair profile, no personal loan. They're not gonna give it to you. I know people like, man, I be having so many students where I had a student like somebody had like 500 credit score, 600 credit score. They was like, man, I just want to borrow 10,000, 20,000, 50,000, 5,000 or 1,000. They said, bro, how can I get it? And I be telling them like, look, with your credit is not gonna fly in this economy, y'all. The banks don't give a damn if you struggling or whatever. No, they won't talk to your credit. They they picking them. They way more conservative with their lending. Way more conservative. Everybody got short credit history to them. They need strong history, strong profile, strong amounts of debt being paid off for them to even lend a quarter. That's why I'm saying it's way harder than what it was. But once you understand it, you win. You know, that's the main goal is to understand it. You know, the main goal is to pay attention and understand how the banks lend and what they use, what criteria you need for you to thrive on the credit. Yeah, family, you ain't lying. Yeah. What if you have collateral? Collateral school, you still gotta have that profile right. They want a profile. They want that strong profile. Your profile is collateral. Y'all want me to tell y'all why the dealerships are so full with vehicles? It's not because they overcharging them. It's because most people don't qualify for them. Yes, sir. Most people don't qualify for them. And the reason why they don't qualify for them, they ain't got the credit. A lot of people got missed payments. A lot of people got short credit history. A lot of people have, like the goal is just to thicken that profile. I talked to a student last night. The man profile was so good. I told him, bro, you can grab $100,000 off your credit. I said the only thing that you need is this, that, and I said, bro, you can grab 100,000. He don't need. He got all the accounts in the world. He got the mixed up accounts, but he missing the history. I told him what history he needs to throw on there to strengthen up his profile. And once he put that on there, it's over for him. I told him he can grab $1 million from his credit. And you could. This is the thing, what I mean by $1 million. You can grab $1 million in debt and you can learn how to use that to leverage. Whether you get 10 cars to rent them out or 20 cars to rent them out on Toro, or whether you get 15 to 20 credit cards that's equaling that amount, or 10 credit cards and the rest auto loans, or 10 credit cards and auto loans with a mix of personal loans, or whether you get 10 personal credit cards, 10 business credit cards, a couple business lines of credit with couple personal loans. However you mix it up, or if you get strictly business loans, you get what I'm saying? Like, however you want to mix it up. But the goal is, please, family, always remember this. You need to build up your credit profile. Please build up your profile. And the way you build up your profile is putting more items with history on there and having more accounts with history and also having a short amount of inquiries while you building it. Once you build it up, then you can get the inquiries. But make sure inquiries are very low. And also, nobody should be trying to get credit at their lowest. You want to build it up. Just to take your time, family. Eliminate, don't even think about it. Just make sure you build it up enough so you can leverage and you really can start taking off with your credit life. You get what I'm saying, family? That's the goal right there. That's the goal. You know, the way I be seeing a lot of people, I'm like, man, look, just wait so you can get to the top with it, so you won't have to be struggling or anything like that, so you really can be comfortable. That's the goal, to be comfortable. To wake up and like, oh, I can go to any bank and get approved for anything I want. That's comfortable, y'all. And it's power. It's a lot of power. Taquan, how can it show proof of income? I'm looking on Google to find ways to show proof of income. There's plenty of ways. So the way you show proof of income, it depends on, are you a business owner or employed? So from the business owner perspective, right? You can show proof of income by showing your full tax returns. Tax return doesn't mean they was filed yet because the IRS give you up to 5 years to file your taxes. But tax returns is the documents that what like you showing, like let's just say you got your 1099 forms with all schedules. You might got the Schedule C form. You might got everything on there, right? You can go through TurboTax and get your tax return. You can add up like your yearly sales, your yearly profit, your gross profit, your net income. You know, all of that stuff has to be shown. You go TurboTax. I know they do it. What's another? Any online tax filing company. You can go through any online tax filing company. You're right, bro. It's best to build a relationship with credit unions. Correct. Roland Davenport, you're right. Yep. Sign over ADP, you can create your own pay stubs. Correct. So if you're an employee, you can make your own pay stubs. But the only thing about making pay stubs, what I don't like, is that sometimes they can call in and verify it. They can't do that when you're a business owner. That's the difference. So you gotta be very careful using pay stubs. But it get through most of the time. It get through, depending on what you're trying to get. Trying to clean credit. Yep, get my process. I got a process called checking credit criteria, where I teach you how to build and clean your credit, family. Make sure you tap in with that. I'm gonna be on here 4 more minutes, family. I'm gonna get off in 4 minutes. I just want to make sure y'all just get some of this information, family. You know, the resources all out here. Everything y'all looking for is out here. I just need you guys to execute, 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 execute. What kind of credit history are you talking about adding to our profiles? You got rental history, you got personal loan history, and you have revolving history, which would be like credit cards, accounts. That's good. Where can I get this information to clean credit? You just have to shoot me a text at 224-463-1848. Again, it is 224-463-1848. The best option is business route, correct? The best option is going through the business route, family. Correct, correct. Yeah, family. Yeah. All right, let me see. Tap the screen twice for a thumbs up. I appreciate it. Where can I get this info? Man, drop jewels. I appreciate it. I appreciate it, fam. Let's talk about right to travel on the Paul show, bro. I respect him. I think I heard of him before. I think I heard of Paul Unslaved. I like his. I like what he be doing. I like what he pushing. I do. I gotta tap in with you about the title. Okay, just shoot me a text at 224-463-1848. Again, it is 224-463-1848. Oh, the EIN number that start with a 9A is no good, family. I gotta tell you that it's no good. Not to create a personal credit profile with. Yeah, family. Any questions? Any questions before I get off? Any questions before I get off? We get out to 35. I'm gonna get off at 35. Any questions, family, before I get off? Any questions before I get off, family? Family, any questions before I get off? For business, I know. One more time. What's the number? Okay. Let me say my number again. My number is 224-463-1848. Again, it is 224-463-1848. All family, whoever texts me, they said, how do I endorse bills? Anything to do with 1099A, remittance coupon, any getting money from the trust, I do not offer those services. Whoever teaching y'all those services, please tell them to contact me so I can tell them that they lying to y'all and give y'all a full refund, family, for real. But yeah, family, You can always contact me at 224-463-1848. Again, it is 224-463-1848. Can you build credit with an EIN for a trust account? Of course. So if you got a trust and you want to use it like a business, because you can get a business trust. You can get a business trust account and you can register it with the state if you want to. And it can be loaned as a business trust. Correct. And you can get credit from it. Now, you can build it up as business credit or you can build it up on the personal side, depending on how you want to go with it. Endorse bills, family. I don't offer that service at all. What should a ring number start with for personal use? Any number that's less than the number 9. Can a car be repoed after the account has been charged off? Um, it happened before in rare circumstances. In rare circumstances, I heard of it happening before. Is it possible that Navy charges off my auto loan? I still have the vehicle. Yeah, that can happen. But the goal is you still have to keep it out of the way. You can't have it in plain sight or around you or, and stuff like that. You don't want to mess yourself up. It happens to me. EIN. Yes, family. Just if you want the EIN process, you can always shoot me a text. Just text me EIN or full package EIN. It's 224-463-1848. I'm gonna get my number out 2 more times. It is 224-463-1848. Again, shoot me a text at 224-463-1848, fam. All right, peace and love, y'all. Have a good night, y'all. Keep running it up. I'm gonna give you guys an update. Give me a few weeks. I'm gonna give y'all an update. But I'm still gonna go live, on other topics and everything like that, so we can talk. But I'm out for the night. Peace and love, y'all. Have a good one. Hold on. Okay. He just asked a quick question. How long does the process take to get your vehicle title after your loan been charged off? You have to go through the process of getting it charged off. I mean, to get the lien released yourself. Can I use the EIN with my employer to exempt from income taxes? Hell no, not for a job. No, it don't work like that. You only get exempt through your corporation or for religious purposes. So that means if you get a job with your EIN number, you can't use your social simultaneously. You have to use one or the other. You get what I'm saying? Can I use the EIN? Hold on. Peace. All right, family. Have a great night, y'all. Peace and love, y'all.